Hi guys, this week we're going to be learning about interrogative pronouns. Well, what's an interrogative pronoun? Remember way back at the beginning of the year when we've talked about the different types of sentences? Remember interrogative sentences? Knowing what an interrogative sentence is can help us discover exactly what an interrogative pronoun is. So which one of these sentences is an interrogative sentence? The red ball rolled away. Who ate my cookie? If you guessed who ate my cookie, you were correct. So what exactly do interrogative sentences do? Well, they ask questions, of course. So what do you think interrogative pronouns will do? Well, they'll ask questions too. Here's some examples of interrogative pronouns. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples of interrogative pronouns. What, who, whom, whose, which. What will you do tomorrow? Whose is that? Okay, now you try it. Place an interrogative pronoun in the blank. Remember to pause the video if you need to. Who is here would be an interrogative pronoun. Okay, I want you to watch out and be careful for interrogative adjectives. Last week we talked about indefinite adjectives and indefinite pronouns and the difference between the two. This week we want to make sure that we watch out for interrogative adjectives so you don't fall into the interrogative adjective trap thinking that it could potentially be an interrogative pronoun. Here's what I mean. Let's take a look at this sentence. What dress should I wear? We might be tempted, just because we see the word what, to think that that would be an interrogative pronoun. However, in this sentence, it's functioning as interrogative adjective because it's describing or modifying the dress. You remember from our study on adjectives that an adjective usually comes right before the noun that it modifies or describes. Okay, here's another example. Which book should I read? Again, the word which, sure, it looks like an interrogative pronoun because it's on our list, but in this case, the word which is describing or modifying the word book. So it would be an interrogative adjective. Now it's time for you to try some on your own. Is the following sentences, you need to decide, is it an interrogative adjective or an interrogative pronoun? Let's see. Okay, let's look at the following sentence. Who ate my Hershey Kiss? Interrogative adjective or interrogative pronoun? An interrogative pronoun, of course. Who? Okay, here's another one. Which hat should I put on? Interrogative adjective or interrogative pronoun? In this case, which is an interrogative adjective because it's describing or modifying the word hat. It's not an interrogative pronoun, which would be standing alone. Now that you have a good idea of the difference between an interrogative pronoun and an interrogative adjective, now we'll need to discuss what's a compound interrogative pronoun. Remember that the word compound means two things usually combining to make one thing. Think about hot dog, that compound word. Two words, hot and dog, coming together to make one. Here's some examples of compound interrogative pronouns. Whatever, whoever, whomever, whichever. Now that you know the difference between adjectives and pronouns, and now that you know what a compound interrogative pronoun is, the last thing I want to talk to you about today is using who and whom correctly. To do this, we have to remember our prepositions. Remember prepositions? through, over, in, at, during, out, to. I mean, I could go on and do the whole thing from the easy grammar book, like aboard, about, above, across, against, along, around, amid, among, after, at, except, for, during, down, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, before, beyond, by, in, from, off, on, over, of, unto, until, upon, under, underneath, up, near, past, through, throughout, with, within, without, instead, toward, inside, into, to. Wait a minute. What was that last one? Two? Okay. This is the point in class, if we were all together, I'd be running around, singing and dancing, and talking about what a fabulous word two is and how special it is in the English language. But we're not in class, so you'll just have to settle for listening to me carry on about how two is so fabulous. Okay. To is a very special word. Remember that we can use it as an infinitive to jump, to run, to drive, hop. We can also use it as a preposition to the store, to the pool. We're also going to be able to use it to help us determine whether we should use whom or who. Let's see if you can figure out what the pattern is in the following sentences and see which interrogative pronoun we should use it with, who or whom. To whom should I send the basket? To whom is this invitation addressed? Who took out the garbage? Who sat on my cat? Okay, let's take a look at the first set. To whom should I send the basket? In this case, whom is functioning as an object of the preposition, because remember, an object of the preposition is part of our prepositional phrase. A preposition starts with a noun or pronoun and starts with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun. To whom? Look at the second sentence. To whom is this invitation addressed? Again, we're starting with a preposition and we're ending with a noun or a pronoun, and in this case, an interrogative pronoun, whom. All right, here's the next set. Who took out the garbage? Who sat on my cat? No need for to here because we're not using it with whom. We're not using it as part of a prepositional phrase. It's merely functioning as a plain old interrogative pronoun. Okay, so remember, use whom when it's part of a prepositional phrase. Use who when it's not part of a prepositional phrase. For your work this week, you'll be doing a worksheet. Make sure you look on the All Grades page. And then I'd like you to make up your own using all the different kinds of interrogative pronouns. Make sure that you use whom and who correctly, and also make sure that you parse. Have fun!